Yeah. We could go for another race.
I mean, I've seen it when there's probably 40 people, from like adults down to like 5-year-olds, and I've never seen any of them bump into each other. My reasons for joining were very practical. They weren't anything to do with theory or being particularly interested in politics even, you know.
You weren't interested in politics at all when you were?
Well, I would have been, I would have been interested in economics, and I guess I would have been reading quite a lot of Marxist theory, and I mean, kind of that's where I'm naturally completely unknown, you know. And like, I think, it was something to do with the immigration into Ireland or something, and I was just, I was like saying, well, I don't think there should be any borders. Obviously, like, you know, money can move through countries, but that workers should obviously be able to cross borders the same way as capital, you know. So like lots of things like that. Then when I kind of actually heard all their policies, that exactly matches with how I naturally have always thought. I never had to get read that or have anybody tell me that it's a theory. It would, you know, it's kind of naturally how I felt.
And they were discussing the precariat over the summer. But I didn't do the readings. I don't know for precariat. I just flicked through it.
Well,
I don't get like I get the thing that the way that work changes. You were talking about the sort of artist model of work. You know, when a person works at home and works, like they feel more like they're working all the time, but yet they actually do feel the freedom of how they're working. They feel. I think that's the thing though, that you know that there was I was looking up last night. There were studies done that you know, like as money as an incentive. Down at the bottom, the poorest people, money is the big incentive. You go into highly skilled work, like anything that doesn't involve like if it's a basic test like pressing a button and all that, we would do it for loads of money. But if it's a highly skilled thing, it didn't lead to great results when you gave them big amounts of money and big things like that. What matters more for good outcomes was autonomy. Autonomy was sort of one of the big ones, that you had the freedom for do it. It's a lot like the software creators. One of them had an idea to allow people to do whatever they wanted for 24 hours of work and come up with whatever they wanted, and they wouldn't get paid for it. It's just volunteer their work, and you can do. And they ended up coming up with like a host of products that they ended up selling for the next year, in the time when they were given free autonomy in the work, which was interesting. Which just means though, afterwards, the capitalist thing, the capitalist system is still though behind it. I mean, you can look at this like in a small like section that it works, like definitely works in the workplace, and like I don't think it's like some politicians obviously, especially Labour, will be on, maybe we should make work more autonomous, and that'll just do it as long as people are happy in their job. But that won't change the economic conditions behind it. Working class will still be. There'll still always be a working class that's alienated.
Yeah, but it's also like I've been kind of just when I've been looking at the David Harvey thing on capital, you know, I was just so I've been like kind of just the way of understanding it, I've been almost like, because I always end up just drawing diagrams, like so I'll have like a model of the world, and then I'll actually have like a network grid, almost like blood vessels going around the planet, which, you know, there's certain kind of centers, you know, and hubs, but also the kind of thing with moving into, you know, kind of the work, like, you know, your 8 hours work or whatever, and you're paid by the hour, and the whole thing with the kind of the precariat model is that you're just slot